That coming.
Oh, yes, there is. We just got through over a month of pretty warm temperatures, Colleen. We had our little bit of a cool down, and now warm temperatures come back. The good news is that it doesn't look like the warm temperatures are going to stick around for another month. It looks like we'll get just a couple days of warmth, followed by another cool down and some additional changes by the end of next week, and I'll show you that in just a second. But first, let's talk about the warm up for tomorrow. It's all going to be driven by Santa Ana winds. The Santa Ana winds are a warming wind for us, so as the winds start to pick up, and typically we see them reach their peak around mid to late morning hours, we'll start to see the temperatures take off as well. So by 11 o'clock in the morning, we've got wind gusts in the 20 to 40 mile per hour range across our wind-prone areas of LA and Ventura counties, as well as the Inland Empire coming out of the Cajon Pass, coming out of the Banning Pass, and then eventually across the Santa Ana Mountains into portions of Orange County. Now, it does look like the wind's going to stick around into the afternoon, even though the wind intensity might come down just a little bit. And by 10 p.m., we've still got some spots with this yellow and even a little bit of orange coloring, and that's indicating wind gusts in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range, or even a little bit stronger than that, especially again as you get closer to the Cajon Pass. Now, as we go through the overnight hours and head into early Saturday, you'll see the winds come back. This is 11 o'clock in the morning for Saturday, and you'll see the same wind speeds that we're looking at for tomorrow, 20 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, mainly across LA and Ventura counties, but we do have some pretty good gusts in the IE as well. But then, as we get into the afternoon, all the wind shuts down. It turns to an onshore breeze. It's not much, but it's just enough to carry maybe a little bit of cool air inland, which would be kind of a nice end to Saturday considering how warm it looks across the region. So for tomorrow, much warmer than today. We're talking about temperatures now in the upper 70s around downtown LA, 80 degrees in Long Beach, 81 degrees in Riverside, and your classic sign of an offshore wind is when some of the coastal areas are just as warm as, if not warmer than, the inland spots. Look at Oxnard, 79, 80 in Van Nuys, 77 degrees in Santa Clarita. But the overall pattern shows that we will be watching for high pressure to eventually move overhead as we head into the weekend. That sort of locks in the warmth initially, but then as we get into the start of next week, this will move on. An area of low pressure is going to come in off the Pacific, and that will eventually lead to a very gradual cool down and maybe even a chance of some rain. So let me show you the 7-day forecast. Basins on top, coastlines down below. Tomorrow we're looking at temperatures in the upper 70s, so again, much warmer than average for this time of year. Saturday and Sunday we're into the low 80s. Then that area of high pressure moves on, temperatures start to gradually cool down. And right now for Thursday, we're calling it mostly cloudy and much cooler, but that would be the day that we're watching for any potential rain chance. We're just waiting to see a couple more runs of some of our computer models to see if it's looking a little bit better. Right now, I'd give it probably about a 20 to 30% chance. Valleys are on top. Inland Empire forecast is down below. We've got temperatures in the low 80s for tomorrow. As we get into Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at temperatures in the mid 80s, and then we start gradually cooling down again and again. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies for now. We're going to leave it dry, but there is that slight chance we might get some activity. High desert on top. Low desert forecast down below. Breezy for tomorrow. Temperatures in the low 70s for the high desert. Then we quickly jump up into the low 80s to start the week before temperatures start to gradually cool back down. And for the mountains, it's a very similar way that it plays out. We're looking at windy conditions for tomorrow and for Saturday. Notice the temperature jump as we head into the weekend and the start of next week. And then things start to cool back down and we increase the clouds of that next approaching weather system by Thursday.